So this is the old Victorian Hospital, Grade 2 listed. Fantastic building. So they walk around, it's absolutely massive. It's been an orphanage. It's also been a nursing home. It's also been a general hospital, and Ian Brady actually stayed in this hospital as well. It's a place I came to about 8 years ago. I can honestly say, for me, nothing really happened. But there's loads of stories, loads of ghost hunters have been to this place. They say it's absolutely amazing. There's loads of ghostly activity going on here, so we'll see what happens to me. As I say, if you can hear people, there is a few people mooching about, so it might just interfere with the film a little bit. The only thing I can do is apologise for that. There's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. So we'll do our best to try and get to places where it's not too contaminated for you. But there's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. So this is the old laundry area. You might hear a few people actually knocking around. Unfortunately, it's very hard to keep it that secure because there's people around here. So, as I say, this is the old laundry area. Is anybody with us? Maybe in this room. Anybody that wishes to communicate with me in this room, can you come forward? Can you do something for me? This is a place where you worked. Down here, maybe? Can you make a noise? Can you knock on one of these doors or open one of these doors? The old laundry cages, that's the cages they would have put the laundry on. There is a little bit of noise from upstairs, there's people mooching about, so that is them, you can hear. Is anybody from this old hospital that wishes to communicate with me, please come forward. Give me a sign that you are here. Over here, so it's like a labyrinth. Rooms, that door's locked, so unfortunately I can't get through there. A very large room, again. All part of the laundry still. There's the old laundry machine. The old press, where they would have done the hospital sheets and that. Is anybody here? Can you move something in this room? Maybe wheel a trolley or move a chair? Can you make a sound? Can we hear your voice? If there's any spirits with me in this laundry, please come forward. Come and do something in this room. Can you make a sound? Can we hear your voice? Oh, that room looks like maybe it could have been some kind of office or something like that. Is there anyone here? Any spirit people, come forward, make a sound, make a noise. Let's hear your voice. Hear your footsteps walk towards me. Can you open the door? Can you make a sound? Any sound at all? Still got certain rooms, it's still got certain smells in. We went on a couple of wards before, you can still smell like disinfectant-y smell. This is the laundry, like I say, but there's not really any aroma down here. There's no smell at all down here at this moment in time. But I'm just going to try and bring you as much as I can a film where it's not contaminated with other people. Don't know what this room would have been. So we're still down the laundry area. I don't know what this room would have been at all, to be honest. It's quite modern in here, to be honest, but it isn't, obviously. So have to be careful when walking because it's pitch black now. There's a little bit that leads to outside. You see the grass growing, like a little vent. Is there anybody here with me? Any spirits that wish to communicate with me, come forward and do something in this room. Can you make a sound? Walk towards me if you can. Hospital myself, and there's loads of things I keep seeing that I used to see years ago in the hospital. I've just seen the old body trolley that I've actually used personally in my own hospital to actually move the deceased. It's an old metal trolley. It used to have a little dangly chain on, and everybody used to hear you coming at 3 o'clock in the morning, coming to collect the bodies, and everybody knew who it was. And I've just seen one of the old trolleys. If I come across it later, I'll show you on film. It's quite interesting. Well, as I say, I've worked in a psychiatric hospital. I've also worked in a general hospital. And there's lots of things that I've seen that remind me of things that I used to work with like 10, 15 years ago. So it's quite interesting for me as well, being in a hospital. I'm totally alone again down here, so not much interference from outside at the moment, so it's quite good in that respect. Can you slam one of the doors maybe? So I don't know what this room would have been. It looks a lot more modern than what the other rooms was. Where you can see on the wall here, it's all like done brown. Cold breeze, but that vent does lead to outside, so it's got to be that, surely. There's no black. That's the vent. You can see up there, you see the trees moving. So I'm presuming the cold air's coming from there. So what we'll do, we'll press on. We'll carry on, see if we can find any other rooms that we can go and investigate at this Grade 2 listed hospital. So let's say these are the lockers, like a locker room. So if there's any spirits in here, any spirits at all, if you had a particular locker, is there any staff members that had a particular locker in this room, can you move that locker door for me? Can you move that locker door? Anything that interests me in this room as well, it looks like all the ghost hunters have been here and been doing something in this particular area. Now that's interesting for me because maybe this place, they've had activity, because it's obviously a place in the hospital where they come and they do whatever they do when they're investigating. And also what's quite interesting, there is a toilet block. Now in my experience, a lot of toilet blocks are actually haunted, especially ladies' toilets. Now whether these are ladies' toilets or gents' toilets, I wouldn't actually know. It just says shower room on the door, so that looks like a lady. So it probably was a lady's toilet block. So if there's any spirits in this lady's toilet block that wish to come and communicate with me, if you were here, can you maybe move the door, one of these doors for me in the toilets? Can you move a door? Can we hear your voice? Can you come and touch me? Everywhere's gone quiet now, so I'm down here probably on my own now. So it's down, I think it's under the hospital a little bit, and this, I definitely think was the old staff room, definitely. Just by the layout of it. And if you were here, can you maybe move one of these locker doors like this? Just shut it to, like that. There's been lots of reports of this place being really, really active. So I've not had anything up to now, but we're still hoping something happens and we can actually get something that we can't explain during the evening. We'll see what happens. Right, we're now in one of the old wards. There's nobody here apart from me now. So I'm in the middle of the hospital, one of the floors, and I'm totally on my own. So there's any spirits in this ward? Any patients? Any staff that are still reside in this building for whatever reason? Can you come forward? Can you please make a sound for me in this room? Can we hear your voice? I'm here on my own. There's nobody here now apart from me. Can you please do something for me? Can you make a noise in here? If I whistle, can you whistle back? Can you whistle back for me? This looks like more, maybe one of the more modern wards, because I like all partitions where the bed spaces would have been. This would have been the bed spaces. Now when we were here before on a walk around, there was a girl that actually came into this room. I think it was when she came towards here, she felt really, really sick in this particular room here. And she didn't feel sick, sorry, she actually felt like her legs were giving way on her, and she made a sharp exit. So, but as a rule, nothing's happened to me up to now. It's been interesting really, because I've been having a chat with people who've been walking around about things and been asking them what they feel, and you know, there's so many people who are actually sensitive out there who come to these places and they've been in this building and they're feeling this, feeling that, feeling the other. I felt absolutely nothing. I don't feel scared. I don't feel spooked. I feel absolutely fine. I'm not just saying that to sound like I'm coming over as being a bit obnoxious. I'm just telling you the truth. Like UK Paranormal Search will always tell you the truth. It's me, sorry. Just frightened the bloody cell phone. There's the door banging. There's an old bathroom. That has quite a little bit of a smell to it as well still. A bit of a smell in this room. I don't know what sort of smell it is, but the doors are really wow, when they shut behind you. This must have been the ward toilet area here. Is there anybody here with me in here? Can you make a noise? Can you make a sound for me? Can you close one of these doors in this ward? What's in this room? There's a store cupboard. I've got all these wards now to myself. Fantastic being in the building that is. Where you're all alone. That's just the door banging again behind me. That's another corridor from the ward. This is a different ward again now. I don't know what the wards were, I honestly don't know. I know there is certain parts that house certain patients, I imagine. I don't know what they are, unfortunately. The only ward I did come across before, apparently when Ian Brady was in this hospital, and I know exactly where his bed was, so if I come across that later, I will tell you which one it is. But again, nothing's happened. I don't feel spooked at all. I feel quite at home. There is a bit of an emergency lighting signs what are on as well, which is lighting the building up, so it's not totally pitch black. Most of the windows are now boarded up, so there's not a lot of light interference from outside. Unfortunately, there's a lot of places we also can't get into from when I was here 8 years ago at the moment, so that's a shame, but we just have to go with what we've got to go on. And that's the police siren outside. I thought it was somebody whistling, but it's the police siren outside. Hospital, any staff, any members of the public, even maybe that still come here for whatever reason, if you let all your emotions in this building, if you wish to come and talk to somebody, if you're still upset or anything like that, then you're quite welcome to come and talk to me. I'm inviting you in. I come with total respect for you. I wish you no harm. It's just another person coming up into the one of the wards. I think that's got to be somebody else. This is the problem I've got, because nothing is totally. Up until then, I had the place to myself. Unfortunately, no, I haven't. What's the door? The door just gone. I can't actually see anybody that would have been in here. So this is the problem I have now, because people are walking around willy-nilly. I've come back into this place now where I thought I heard a door go and somebody talking, but come here, there's nobody here, so I don't know whether it was somebody from another party that was in here or just walked by. I honestly don't know, but I can't find anybody now. But I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put it down to somebody that was walking around from another party, I think. That door says no smoking. Can we hear your footsteps, please? Can we hear your footsteps walk towards us? Can you make a noise? Any noise at all? There's nobody here now again. I'm totally on my own. Do your worst. Do your worst. Hopefully later on also I'll take you to where the orphanage part was, where they had what they call now is the naughty boys corridor, where they used to lock people up apparently that had been naughty, and there's certain rooms where they lock them up. So if I get time later and if I get the space to do it, I'll actually show you that also later on. So I'm here now, come on, do something, now's your chance. Now is your chance to impress me. Can you make a sound in this room? If I whistle again, can you whistle back? Whistle back for me. It's really quiet now where I am. I think everybody's... It's funny because everyone seems to be sticking together in big groups, apart from me who's gone off on my own. I was in the laundry area before I come out, when I was in the staff room area, and I think it was about 20 old came past it once, which is more or less the whole group of people out here. So, you know, it was funny because I was listening to people who were walking around before. Some of them had never been on a ghost hunt before, some of them wanted to get in the car and leave. But I love hearing people's views of the paranormal. I find it absolutely fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating what people think. I've had a great chat with some people here tonight about what they believe in and what affects them. And a few people have asked me to join them on their part of the investigations later. So if I get time later, I'll go with a couple maybe to just see what they do. And if they're willing to go on film, we'll film that as well. So we'll see what happens later on in the night. It's about, I'd say it was about 10:15 at night now. We're here till about 3 a.m. So plenty of time for something to happen. So just come out the ward area. I think I'll come through one of the doors. I think maybe the part I'm in now would have been at some time or another. Possibly could have been the day room. That door's just banged. But I can hear the wind outside. I'm putting that down to a draft. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put that down to a draft. But it's just banged, so we'll keep our eye on that. You can hear the wind. The wind is getting up a little bit outside. But there's no open windows in here, but that could have been from somewhere else where that door's banged. But we'll keep our eye on it. As I say, I think maybe this room would have been some kind of day room. Old Zimmer frame there. I can hear the wind now outside. I'm just going to check these windows for drafts. And there is a draft coming through that window, so I'm putting that door down to definitely a draft. And there's one of the old trolleys. Now somebody said if you actually look at that trolley, you can still see the outline of the body. It's very hard to see with the night vision camera, but apparently that's what's on that trolley. So is anybody here with me from this hospital? Is there anybody that wishes to communicate with me? I'm asking you with the utmost due respect to come forward and give me a sign that you are here. Can you make a noise? Can you move something in this room? Can you move one of the chairs? These little rooms that come off each other's little bit of machinery there. I'm just trying to work out what it was. I said I do work in the hospital, so it looks like some kind of old not really sure what it could be. It looks like some kind of radiology machine or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just me banging into a table like I do. That's me again, sorry, for my big size 10 feet. If there's a person here, can they move that old Zimmer frame, maybe kick it over? Make it move, make a chair move. Come on, this is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in England. Nothing's happening. Come forward, do something in this room, come and prove me wrong. It's the traffic you can hear outside. We'll just go. That door's just banged again and again, but I think it's just vibrations in other doors from other places, to be honest. Labyrinth of rooms. You literally could get lost in this place. More toilets. There's another toilet block. So what we'll do, we'll come back out that way later. It's very difficult to get your bearings. As you know what it's like in a modern hospital. It's very hard to, if you don't know where you're going, it's very hard to actually find your way around. Well, I'm in this building now and I haven't got a clue where I am, to be honest. I'm just going in rooms and seeing exactly where I come up.